The following episode may be inappropriate for some audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome everyone here to the State of Synth. My name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fox.
And we are here for another edition. This is episode 2, where we give you all the best synthwave news and great rad tunes and all that fun stuff. How you doing tonight, Mr. Neon Fox?
I'm doing all right on this, second episode of the third season of State of Synth.
Oh, we've been doing this for way too long.
Oh, yeah. But then I look over at Forever Synth and their episode count.
Don't even tell me. It's like
no.
over 100.
Yeah. No. Forget it.
8 billion episodes. But we love those guys over there. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump right on into our top story of the evening. Top story of the evening. The sweatwave contest is a go. Yes, most famously heard in those 80s workout montages, the sound of sweatwave has been entering in and out of the synthwave consciousness since the dawn of leotards. And nowadays it is more popular than ever. Read It Out one is having a sweatwave producer contest. Sweatwave fans can look forward to a new batch of upbeat workout songs in the spring. And for all you sweaty producers out there, here's Vosto Vlad with a little more information about the contest. Take it away, Vosto.
The gladiators of Synthwave will fight in a never-before-seen sweatwave competition. Time to flex your creativity and pump some action in your tracks. That's right, get your producers' engines running, because the deadline is on March 31st at 11:59 Coordinated Universal Time. You can submit your track right now on the Google form link offered in the Nitride FM chat rooms. The judges will be formed of the extraordinary Reddit Outrun mods and some of the Nitride FM staff, and that of course includes me. I have invented my own methods of analyzing tracks through the Nitride Radmobile. Some complex algorithms will determine how rad and sweatwavy your tune is. You better raise the level of your pump, not only to win this competition, but also because it will be immensely satisfying. Perhaps my associate here will convince you.
The greatest feeling you can get in a gym, or the most satisfying feeling you can get in the gym, is the pump. It's as satisfying to me as coming is, as having sex with a woman and coming. And so can you believe how much I am in heaven? I'm getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling of coming backstage when I pump up. When I pose out in front of 5,000 people, I get the same feeling. So I'm coming day and night. I mean, it's terrific, right?
So it's time to stop everything that you're doing and become a synthwave, sweatwave gladiator. Also, there are some great rewards awaiting that are not yet ready, but be sure to check the Outrun link for updates. Perhaps you will win a ride on my Nitride Radmobile. And now, I pass the transmissions back to you, Dennis.
Oh, God.
Oh, once again, Vosto.
Vosto.
We love him. He's the best.
Oh, God.
I tell you, we need to take a little breather after that one there. Before we go any further, let's hear our very first track of the night. And this came out on Friday. This is quite a surprise, actually. We didn't even announce this
Dennis,
one.
you brought this one to my attention.
You were
Like,
sleeping,
wow.
Jules. You were sleeping
I was like,
on this.
what? Kid Burns got a new single?
This is Kid Byrne. He is a producer out of Italy, and he's awesome. And this is his latest release. It's called The Spell, right here on Night Ride FM.
Baby, come with me on this beating melody. We seal the skies. Can't you hear the thunder? Take my hand, we'll be running wild. You've never been so
Once again, that is Kid Byrne with The Spell. Man, wow. I love that dude. I love him. I just wish...
Awesome vocals.
Awesome vocals. Great guitar. He's got that old... It's almost like maybe like a 50s flair to it. Like that old rock and roll kind of... I don't know. It's like... It's a little bit rock and roll. You know what I mean? I like that. With the leather jacket, you know... He's got his flavor going, and I love that. All right, so we're going to move on into our sponsor right now. This episode of The State of Synth is sponsored by Nightmares in Neon. Nightmares in Neon are two friends born and raised in the 80s making music for a nostalgic future. Check out their self-titled track, remixed by our very own Dynamite Stranger. It is on Bandcamp. You can check it out at nightmaresandneon.bandcamp.com. And if you are interested in getting your sponsorship on the State of Synth. It is free, absolutely free for Patreon members. Check out our Patreon page for more details. Patreon.com/NightRideFM. And before we move on into our special guest, we want to give a quick shout out to those Patreon members. So let's hear it for Arctic Mega Defender, Artium Props, Conroy, Galastar, Dynamite Stranger, Inexcedra, Justin Matoli, Kevin Talley, and Lilu Dallas. That's what she wants to be called. I'm going to change her name every week. I'm going to change her name. It's NCCA. And so, it's also Nikki. We love her. She's a big supporter of the State of Synth. Kevin Talley and Neverman, Nightmares in Neon, Pattern Shift, and Synopsis. He's on our own show. I don't even know his name. Wow. Good job, then.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Synopsis,
yes,
let's just throw a shout out to folks in the chat.
Who do we got? Who do we got tonight?
Oh, well, we got Synopsis is in there.
Yay.
We got Yoru. Yoru's in there. And we've got, Tim from my hometown. We've got Karin over in Seattle. Lisette and Black Cube Mystery and Sir Ben and Miles Matrix and Kid.
Goodness, this is insane.
Yeah, and we got Z. Of course, we got Z.
And we have a lot of people over in the YouTube chat.
Yeah,
I can't even mention.
Satan Bait. Dennis G.
Just Mina. Charles Thinkin. Mad Wolf. What's up? I see you guys over there. All right,
we got Zoo as well.
Zoo and Z and Kit.
God, yeah. Wow. Full house.
Yoru. Wow. All these people. This is not intimidating at all.
Thanks, guys, for listening.
Thank you so much.
Diamond Ace just joined, too.
Nice. All right, so we are going to move on into our very special guest for this evening. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you David Joseph Wesley, also known as Parsec. How you doing tonight, David?
Greetings, programs. I'm doing great. How about you?
Good. It's Parsec or Parsec?
Parsec. Parsec is somebody else. I think they're Italian or something.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you for being on the show. We have so much stuff to talk about. I mean, you just kind of do everything in really the music industry. You do work for shows and movies, and of course you have your synthwave project, which is just really cool. And we've been trying to kind of get you on the show for just a long time, but man, you're a hard guy to catch up with, I tell you.
Yeah, I know. It's just been like our schedule last year was just insane. I'm actually trying to scale it back a little bit just so that I can focus in on the things I really want to focus on and I don't get distracted. It was like a super, super social year, like lots of visitors and going other places and doing all that. And it was awesome. But I want to be in the studio making stuff, and I want to be available to talk to people like you guys.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. We really do appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Sure.
Oh, God, yeah. No, dude, your music is incredible.
Thank you.
And let's touch on some of your creds here.
Yeah, you have quite a list of work from different projects, actually. I think the first time that I've heard your stuff was in your 2017 release, which was Press Fire to Begin. I think that's probably one of my favorite albums, just because it's just really kind of hitting all the touchstones of what I'm into. Your classic arcade games, and of course your chip tune kind of stuff, and it's got a nice synthwave flair, very well produced. And
thanks.
It's got those the beginning of the album is kind of like my favorite too, where you get that little, it's almost like a 8-bit sample where it says "Press Fire to Begin."
Yeah, that's actually the
amazing.
clip from the beginning of the game Parsec, which is where I got my name.
Get out of town.
No, that's the first thing that it says. You boot in the game, you put it in your Texas Instruments 99 computer, because that's what that was on.
Oh my God.
Which my parents got me that computer, or got it for the family in 82 or 83 when I was
Well, the game came out in 1982.
Okay, so I remember playing it in 82 and 83 because it was kindergarten-ish for me, I think preschool into kindergarten. And I was addicted to it. I would draw the game at school. I was playing the game at home, and then I would go to school and draw the ships and the aliens and all that kind of stuff, and make all these little stories instead of actually listening to my teachers. And And so I got addicted to it, and I've just always loved that game. And so that's the intro when you first boot it up. It says press fire to begin, and that's blinking on the screen. You press the fire button, and then it says, Alien Craft Advancing. And that's what I put on there, and then I just added a little bit of effects to put it in stereo and swoop into the song.
Yeah, and swoop you do. That is like, I don't know what it is about those digital voices. I really like them. I don't know why. It's just one of them things, I guess, like in the past, when all that stuff was just new, you didn't have that. And it was like a really big deal to have those like voices in music.
Yeah.
Like it's
It was
time to
huge.
die or skate or die, like that. What is that? The 720, I believe it's called.
Or double dribble, where you put it in the game and it goes bravo bravo.
And anybody remember a game on the Commodore 64 called Impossible Mission?
Yes.
I didn't have the Commodore. I'm sad about that. I didn't have a
So-
computer forever.
Jules probably knows this, but the TI-99 actually made a huge deal. It was like a selling point to have the speech in the games. And it was this little thing. You can look up pictures of it online if you Google it for TI-99 computer, where you bought it separate. It was called a speech synthesizer. It was this little futuristic looking like silvery brick that you'd plug into like this, I don't know, like whatever the precursor
man.
probably to like a SCSI port was, like
want that.
multi-pin thing, and you plug it in, and then all of a sudden it could speak. And like I remember you could go to these programs where you could type in things and make it say stuff. And of course, I never made it say anything terrible or childish.
No, never.
And it actually had the cassette drive too, where it actually looked like a portable audio cassette, but it read
David,
games off of that. It was awesome.
My first computer was a VIC-20 with a cassette drive.
Oh,
Let me tell you, waiting 30 minutes to play a clone of Frogger.
hey, it's all about the anticipation, right? That's the
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It's like Christmas morning. Once it arrives, it's the most exciting thing ever.
Indeed. And you do have a lot of exciting tunes, and you kind of go all over the place. I know you're a big space fan, and of course, we're going to touch on this later. You did I guess you would say it's the official soundtrack, right, of Firefly Online, sort of?
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. It's the official soundtrack, parentheses, sort of. Because we worked on the game for 4 years. I was part of the team. All of us worked on it very hard, including Nathan Fillion, and the entire crew. Alan Tudyk, everybody was on board. Alan Tudyk was actually Wash, and he was the bad guy. He voiced this like crazy,
Get out of town.
No, this crazy like hyped up version, like a more hardcore, more weaponized version of River. Where the psychic stuff had been taken to its full capacity.
Nice.
So we had everybody, including Ron Glass. As far as I know, it was one of his last performances before he passed away.
Oh, wow.
Shepherd Book. And their performances were amazing. The story was amazing.
I wonder how many browncoats we have listening right now.
Yeah, in case
Probably a fair share.
In case
Maybe
we
have
don't-
the chat sound off.
just so you know, Firefly is basically what would you call that? It's like a space western, I guess, right?
Well, it's it's what's that Japanese anime?
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's
I
got,
mean,
so
with real
it's got a
actors.
healthy dose of like all of our favorite things in it. It's got a little bit of Star Wars. It's got a little bit of Star Trek. It's got a little bit of Aliens.
Little
It's
bit
And
of
only one
Cyberpunk.
season. Damn
I
you,
know.
Fox.
13
I know. Well,
episodes.
some really good comic books out there that extend the story and do some background. There's some great graphic novels by authors like Delilah Dawson and
Oh, nice.
Actually, for Christmas, I just got my wife the Big Damn Cookbook. You can buy that out there on Amazon, which is all recipes from Firefly.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I need it.
And like as well as making like mead, like that you would make in like the engine room of your ship, like mead and like whiskey and stuff. Anyway,
Nice.
but no, we had everybody on board. Great story. The game was going to be what they used to call an MMORPG. I don't know if they're still using that terminology. I think they've kind of just everything's multiplayer, so they don't even use it anymore.
Right.
But it was a shared universe where you went out and did jobs, and you had to take care of your crew, and you actually had to like socialize with your crew and keep them in good shape, or they could mutiny you and take your ship and leave you stranded.
Oh, boy.
And we had Will Wheaton was the voice of the captain. If you were a male captain, he was your player character voice.
That's awesome.
And I want his performance to get out there. It was so good. I went to my wife and I were lucky enough to attend his voiceover recording here in LA, and oh my gosh, he felt like he needs to be, if Firefly ever comes back, he needs to be a part of it. He needs to be a character. He was like perfect. He just picked up the script and bam, just was like, he felt like he was part of an episode.
So is there no like secret copy of this game?
No comment. There's stuff out there. If you look around, there's stuff that's gone out there. I mean, if you listen on my album, there's two of the longer pieces. I'm trying to remember their names right now, but two of the longer tracks on the album are actually my score for the cutscene. So it was a score to basically a mini Firefly movie.
Wow.
And we had Michael Dorn. You guys are Star Trek nerds.
What? Really?
As I am. Yeah, he was like one of the main bad Alliance captains.
Kapla.
Yeah. And he was awesome too. Just a side note, because I will forget it. If people buy Music to Smuggle By, that's the name of that album. If you get it on Bandcamp right now, and probably for the foreseeable future, I'm taking 100% of that money and giving it to our little fuzzy friends in the Down Under. All the animals,
the koalas
from
and
the
all that.
wildfire stuff. Yeah, I'm giving everything to the World Wildlife Fund to try to help with rehabilitation and rescue and everything down there.
All right.
Z
So
sends
for
us
everybody,
thanks.
for everybody listening, go to David Joseph Wesley .bandcamp.com. Not Wesley as in Star Trek.
Right.
Well, actually, it is.
But no, and Will and I actually made that joke at me at Bandcamp. He's like, "How many times have you heard 'Shut up, Wesley'?" Or not
Yeah,
at
exactly. I
Bandcamp,
was about to yell.
Comic-Con.
I was about to yell, but yeah. So, anyways, go to that Joseph Wesley bandcamp.com/album/music-to-smuggle-by -original-video -game
and buy.
-soundtrack. Oh my god. Just go to David Joseph Wesley's.
Just go into
buying it.
Google.
Right, I'm buying it right now. Here we go. Check it out.
I tell you what, while everyone's making a mad rush to Bandcamp, we're gonna go ahead and drop one of Parsec's tunes. Now, this is one of my favorite tunes. This is from Press Fire to Begin, and we had a little bit of back and forth as to what we were gonna play. Some newer stuff, some older stuff. This is absolutely, hands down, my favorite song, and it just turns out that David wanted to play this one as well, so I win. Yay! And do you want to set this one up, Jules?
Sure. So we're gonna hear a track from the Press Fire to Begin album, and this one's called Ken's Electronics here on Night Ride FM.
Once again, that was Ken's Electronics from Parsec. And real quick, before we jump into some more questions, Ken's Electronics, is that a reference to something?
Yeah, and if anybody's listening from my hometown or anybody who grew up with me, they know. And you guys probably know. We're similar generation, same generation. So if you remember before Blockbuster and Hollywood Video and all that kind of stuff, you just used to rent videos at an electronics store, right?
Right, pretty much.
Yeah, way back. Like it'd be like, oh, here's the place where they sell VCRs. Well, what do I do with this? Oh, here's a movie.
Yep.
So there was this electronics store in my subdivision where I grew up in Peoria, Illinois, called Ken's Electronics, and it was awesome. And in the summer, my friends and I would ride our bikes up there, and either ride our bikes or walk up there and get like Lemonheads, Big League Chew, and like Schwarzenegger movies.
Oh my
or,
God.
Like Chud
That's
or
like
Critters.
the perfect Friday.
You're narrating my damn childhood. God damn it.
And that's what that is. That song is about that, with doing that with all my friends. And Ken's Electronics was also awesome because Ken didn't care if you were like 8 and rented like RoboCop. So like you'd just be like, sure, kid, here you go. And he had a good sense of humor too. There was a section that was all of Schwarzenegger's movies, and the other little sections had little signs on them that said action, adventure, horror, drama. But where the Schwarzenegger movies were, it said Arnold. It was like phonetically spelled out like Aunaud. Arnold.
That's appropriate somehow.
But it kind of plays out like basically it's only a story in my head, but like a day of riding bikes with friends, going up, grabbing the movies, getting the candy, soda, coming back, binging on all that stuff. And then the way the track kind of ends up is actually more in my head. My friends have gone home. I've just gotten done watching this awesome movie of some kind, probably Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or Critters or something. And at that point in my life, I was already really excited about trying to pursue a career in film and television. So that end part is me kind of like drifting off to sleep, dreaming about moving to LA and working on movies.
Wow.
But it's me like at 10 years old. So that's kind of that, the sun setting, it's getting dark, time to go to bed in the summertime, and lightning bugs outside and dreaming of Hollywood.
It's very meta.
So, yeah, and I'm sure you all got that by listening to this instrumental track.
Oh, totally.
In it. Yeah.
Totally.
And I have some chip tunes in there. You guys probably caught it. I had some pulse waves that I used from the NES chip.
No.
So
really?
That's a lot of the lead stuff. The lead sounds in that are the pulse waves from the NES chip.
Now that's why you and Cobra Commander get along so well.
Oh yeah.
He loves doing that stuff.
He and I are Master System kids. So
all right. Same here. I was never an NES guy. I was a Sega guy. Master System.
Golden Axe.
Golden Axe was great. Yeah, I remember Golden Axe. I had them both. I had Nintendo and I had Sega. Was a lot of fun though. It was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I borrowed my friend's Nintendo a lot, so I kind of had both. But I was playing Afterburner, Choplifter, Missile Defense 3D. The 3D glasses on the Master System were actually
I remember those.
Incredible. For like 87 or 80.
Way ahead of their time.
Yeah, mine still work.
Yeah, they had 3D glasses for the a couple other systems too, including the Vectrex. I couldn't believe it.
Vectrex. Oh my god. That brings back memories. we just gotta hang out in your basement and just play video games and play Vectrex and jam on. Now, how many synthesizers? I'm assuming you have more than 2 synthesizers. I'm just gonna take a wild guess.
I do, and I've never gotten rid of any of them. I like it when I get one, I keep it.
You're a collector, nice.
I am. I'm a bit of a nerd with that. Like, they're amazing instruments, but I also collect for not for resale or anything like that, but just for my own enjoyment. Like that's it. Like I'm not trying to I'm gonna get this and then see if I can save up money and then trade it for this with somebody else. Like I just want them for me. But the first one I have is I have a Casio SK1, and it's the original one my parents got me for Christmas 1985. So that was the first one where you could actually sample.
Nice.
Do short samples on it that you could buy at home, and had the mini keys. Right now it's actually all lit up because I've got it turned on right now. I've got Prophet 6 from Sequential, which I use on everything. It's the most amazing synthesizer. We'll talk about it again on one of the other things you guys wanted to touch on. And then I've got a Roland JX3P from 1983, which is the synthesizer that Roland came out with to kind of try to compete with the DX7, because all of the synthesizers before the DX7 had sliders and knobs, and then the DX7's like, look how futuristic we are. We have buttons.
I know the DX7 because I was a big like Depeche Mode Erasure fan.
Oh yeah.
And Vince Clarke and his DX7. Whew.
Oh, I know, and it's on everything. It's like the bass part in Danger Zone. That's all DX7. It's a preset.
That's incredible.
And then I've got
Kenny Loggins.
Oh yeah, I saw him live at the Hollywood Bowl with Michael McDonald and Christopher Cross, and it was the best.
Oh my God, Chris Cross.
It was super yacht rock, like over the top.
my
It was
God.
amazing. And then I've got a Juno 60 from 1983 as well, which is also incredible, and I use it constantly. I've got an Arturia Mini Brute. I've got a Moog Mother 32. I've got a Moog Siren, which was like their little, like kind of crazy retro future looking mini like synth module they put out last year for NAMM. Just like as a promotional thing, and they only made 2,500 of them, and I'm like, I'm gonna get one, just and I actually have used it on everything. It's really cool, and I got serial number 50005, and so that's why I put out that track last year using only the Siren, called number 005 is alive.
Because I thought there was a reference to like the movie.
It
Short
is.
Circuit.
Yeah, that's why I did that. But that's
Nice
also
play.
I could have gotten serial number 2 or number 3, but I'm like, no, I have to get number 5. Come on, no disassemble number 5.
Number 5 is alive.
That
Yeah.
song title's not going to sound right at all with a number 2.
And I think I might be forgetting something, but those are the ones I'm seeing right here in front of me. Oh, and I've got a Moog Theremin, which I love and use on as
Wait,
much stuff as
what?
possible.
Yeah.
You have a
Yeah.
what?
A Moog Theremin. It's the best.
Is that the wee thing?
Yep, that's exactly what it does.
Oh my
And
God.
you can hear it on some of my tracks. I'm trying to remember where I've got it. I think I've used it on some of my Halloween tracks. I don't know if you've seen those Pumpkin Patches albums in my David Joseph Wesley
Yeah.
stuff.
I was playing that
Those
earlier.
are all, yeah, those are all like retro Carpenter-esque 70s, 80s horror things. I do one every year at Halloween, so there'll be a Pumpkin Patches 5 coming out this year.
Nice.
And I think that's all the synthesizers. Right now I'm in the market I'm looking to pick up a Roland D50 because I love those.
I think you need a self-help group, man.
Maybe. I know.
We need to sit you down, and we need an intervention, Dave.
Oh, it's gonna keep going. I'm addicted, but not for like, oh, I want to have it because I'm gonna show it off and like look at my studio.
Right, but
It's
you
like,
use it. That's the key. You use it.
yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Like when I was talking about the Prophet 6, when I got it, I've challenged myself to make albums using only a single synthesizer. So like, I think you guys have heard there's the Cassini album, which is one of my newer ones. That's from last year. That's a David Joseph Wesley album. And that's all based on the Saturn Cassini mission, which just wrapped up 2 years ago. Which was
Very
like
nice.
a 20-year mission out to Saturn. Incredible discovery. So I did an album based on all the different discoveries and things like that. And the only audio on the entire album is my Prophet 6, and then the actual mission audio from the probe. So like the radio wave transmissions, and things like that I implemented into it. But I challenged myself to use only the Prophet 6 and not use any plugins, like including reverb. Like all of the effects come directly off the Prophet 6. I didn't do any post-production, or basically if I did anything, I maybe moved some levels, in my mixing.
Really?
But I created everything on it, including all the percussion I created on the Prophet 6, the kick drums, the snares, the hi-hats. Every sound is Prophet 6, and that's on Cassini and Syzygy, which is the album that came out in 2017 that I did for the Eclipse for NASA.
Nice.
Seriously, like, I don't work for them or anything like that, but oh my gosh, it does everything. It's incredible, and it's on all my Parsec albums too.
It's got the goods, huh?
So, now, David, you realize there's no nerds or geeks in synthwave.
No, I know.
no,
I think
not at
everybody
all.
just stopped listening when I started like talking about synthesizers.
No. There's no. Nobody's into like stuff like that.
Nobody.
Nobody's into like NASA or space
No. Or
No,
synthesizers. No.
Or video
Or tra-
games.
or Transformers.
No.
Which, by the way, I did the trailer music. I forgot to tell you guys this when I was talking to you guys the other day. I did one of my first big trailers I got was for Transformers: Dark of the Moon. That's my music.
Seriously?
Yeah, 10-year-old
Get outta
me,
town.
like just about like went to the moon. I like flipped out. Like if I could time travel and tell
God.
10-year-old me, like, dude, You know, you're hanging out with Optimus Prime and all these guys every day. Well, check this out in like a few years.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
That's like that was a flip out moment for me. But
I tell you what, we're gonna jump back into some more of. God, there's so much with you to talk
Okay.
about.
Wait.
All
I
right.
just want to throw a shout out to a couple of more people in the chat. We had
yes.
Wolfman Muscleford in the chat,
Nice.
and
I love
Neon
that name.
Arcadia, Benny's in the chat.
Hey, Benny, what's up?
So yeah, I
Jets?
can't let that slide. And you know what? A shout out to our YouTube chat folks, Mad Wolf, and Charles Deacon, and Jess Mina. Hi guys.
Hey,
Hi. Go on. Hey,
guys.
We are a live show, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it. And speaking of live show, we got some more live music that we're going to play for you. Well, not live, but we're going to announce it live, I guess, right? So, terrible segue, but that's what live shows can do. So, we have this next segment, and it is a wonderful segment. It is called the Neon Fox Song of the Week. And Mr. Neon Fox, can you tell us about your song of the week, sir?
Oh my God, yes. So UK artist Brandon just dropped a fresh track, and well, not only that, like, first of all, I gotta admit something. I don't have a record player.
What?
No, I do not. But
No.
but
You
I
just
still-
lost street cred. You just lost the street cred.
you live
somehow
in Toronto. Everybody in Toronto has a record player.
Yeah.
No,
Don't they
no,
give
no.
them to you like when you enter the country
no.
or
So
the city?
along those lines, right? So the first vinyl I ever acquired in the synthwave scene was from a Groupon from UK artist Brandon, his Retrochrome album. So I had this like vinyl from this Groupon. I'm like, what do I do with this? And so I decided, you know what? Maybe I should start collecting a few vinyls. So from there, besides all my T-shirts, now I'm starting to collect vinyls. Thanks, Brandon. Anyways.
Nice.
He just dropped a new single. He also announced the artwork, if you follow him on Twitter, for his Retrochrome 2 album. But this new single, if you ask me, it's like one of the purest synthwave sounds I've heard in a while. It's got that perfect 80s movie vibe.
Ooh.
So this is Steel by Brandon here on Night Ride FM.
Yeah, once again, that was Brandon with Steel. That's just a cool name.
God.
Steel.
Yeah. Such pure synthwave.
You don't get any better than that.
You know what? I just noticed Cobra Commander's over in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, shout out to Cobra Commander.
Yeah, and so
Hey,
is
buddy.
Mike Templar. Yeah. So, yeah.
Very nice.
Cobra, say hi to David.
Yeah.
Hey, let's have a conversation that way. Why don't you tell me what he's typing, and then I'll talk back to him, and we'll just do that for the rest
Yes.
Yeah, with 20-second delay.
of the Sounds good. The future is now.
That would sound like every one of our conversations. It'll be great. It'll just flow so naturally. All right, tell you what, before we go on into some more David Joseph Wesley, let's jump on in because you know what? I'm a little concerned about the weather here. What is going on with the weather, Mr. Neon Fox? Can you let us know and our listeners know a little bit about what's going on out there?
Oh, yeah, 'cause it's so pertinent. So,
It is.
the weather throughout Synthland is a dry, wet, cold, hot, windy, stagnant mess.
Yes.
And I'm sure no matter where you live, you're wishing you lived somewhere else. Australia's burning and flooding. Canada is freezing and melting. Europe can't tell whether it's coming or going. It's enough to drive some people mad. Fortunately, we can warm the cockles of your heart with this latest collaboration by Mr. the Kid out of Nevada and Primo out of Texas. It was dropped on Valentine's Day. This is Possession here on Night Ride FM.
You wish you could look out through
again, that was Primo and Mr. the Kid. Great track. Speaking of Primo, you know what, Mr. Jules? It is time to hear from our number one resident alien. Here's Primo again. She has an edition of Hell Yes all lined up for us. It's called Hell Yes, Hell No with Primo. This week's topic is entitled Women Producers. Jules,
Yes.
did you know they exist?
Well, no, I didn't know they existed.
I heard that there are these things called women producers, and they are here, and they are fierce, and they are ready to kick some ass. So we're gonna have Primo tell us a little bit about it. Primo, take it away.
Thanks, boys. Yeah, sometimes it's oh hell no, but let's be honest. You never know what you're going to get with me. I don't even know what I'm going to say most of the time. I have to keep myself guessing, and that way every moment's like a terrifying surprise. This week I'm throwing a curveball at you with an oh hell yes, and it's going out to female synth producers. You know, I've been tooting my own little lady producer horn from here to Pluto, but it's time the whole synthwave community gets to Rudy tootin' along with me. Women aren't just featured vocalists and video girls. We can twist a knob and ride a fader just as smooth as any man. Some would argue we're even smoother. And side note, it's really not that hard to twist a knob. You just need fingers, okay? And I'm sure there's like 100 other ways to twist a knob without fingers. So yeah, knob turning. Not that big of a deal, guys. From Christine and Megan McDuffie to JJ Mist and Powder Slut, females are creating super sick synth tracks. And we aren't asking for your help or unsolicited advice. We're just asking you to treat us as equals. So no matter where each of us lie on the gender spectrum, let's support our musical sisters on their path to world domination. And listen, I know some of you are scared. I get it. Maybe you don't like change. Maybe casual sexism is some kind of hobby of yours. But maybe hop on this girl power bandwagon because there's nothing you can do to stop us. Yeah, we're coming. And we're coming real hard. Oh, hell yes, women of synth, thank you. And also, you're welcome. This has been Oh, Hell Yes with Primo the Alien, brought to you by Fleshlight. Back to you guys, wherever the hell you are. I don't know.
Oh, God. Well, there you have it, folks. Primo, once again, tells it like it is.
Oh, Dennis, I'm sweating.
What are you thinking about twiddling knobs there?
No. I'm thinking of all the talented producers twiddling knobs.
Sure. Well, very well. There it is. Thanks, Primo, for repping all the female producers out there. Jules, let's go into one more tune. After this, we got some more chatting to do with Mr. Parsec, but can you set up this next song for us real quick?
Of course. Well, Primo mentioned Italian artist Powder Slut. So that's got me wanting to play a track from Powder's F1 Legends album that was released back in 2018. Yeah, that's almost like 2 years ago.
My God.
But this track is amazing and also one of my favorite racers. This is Nigel Mansell here on Night Ride FM.
Yeah, once again, that was Powder Slut. That's just a crazy name.
Powder Slut, yeah.
Speaking of crazy, we got a couple crazies in the chat room. You want to call a few
So
of them
user just joined. He's
Nice.
kind of in the middle of a little bit of a tour.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. He's gonna be like he just posted out Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Hollywood, and Toronto and New York City.
Very nice.
That's awesome. And you know what? Over in the YouTube chat, I gotta say hi to Camilio. And who else we got? We've got Chris, Tully, and Mythlore, and Yandor. Hi guys.
Hey, Andrew. Good to see you in the chat. And we got some more content for you here. We do have this Neon Fox feel-good story of the week. What do you think, Mr. Jules? Can you kind of roll into that and let us know something happy for a change?
Oh yeah. You know what? This is a quick one. Everybody's favorite producer is, well, one of my favorite producers, Facehugger, dropped off social media for a while. Yeah.
He did.
But he's been working on some collabs. He's just been a couple of songs dropped with him as a collab, but he's got a new album coming out this Friday called Alienate, and he's back on social media. So yeah, as our friend Alpha Chrome Yayo tweeted earlier in the day, this calls for a group face hug. I was waiting for the groans and the face palms. But Facehugger's back, yeah.
I gotta get my drum kick, my I don't have.
Right.
I can't believe I don't have that one. I gotta get that one. Can I get a producer to give me that?
That's like the most important thing to have.
It is. It really is. I do have some fun ones though.
And it's a slide whistle, maybe.
Yes, I have the falling. This is. You got to go with the fall every now and then.
Oh, like the trombone, like wow.
No, I got to get that one too. It was like the cartoon falling. You know the
Oh yeah.
What is it? The Wile E. Coyote. You know when he's got a rock and he's like chasing after the rock and he ends up falling off a cliff, like 5 times that episode.
Yeah, and you need a Wilhelm scream, and then the one other really important one is the sad tuba from Price is Right. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, I know. We got to work on that. Season 4, we're gonna have more sound. That's gonna be our claim to fame for season 4. More.
That's the tagline.
Yeah, more cheesy 80s sound effects. All right, so we are once again back with Parsec, and also known as David Joseph Wesley. You do so many crazy things. Now, during the actual break here, we actually pulled up your IMDb. Now, I know Jules pulled it up, and what are some of the wacky things that you see on that IMDb that we can just kind of pick David's brain about here?
Oh my God! Oh, Jesus. Okay, so you've done stuff for James Cameron's Story of Science Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just find stuff like Family Guy, American
Family
Idol.
Guy. Wait a minute.
Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Limitless. Oh my God. Full Frontal with Samantha Bee.
Yeah, I've actually been on I think 4 or 5 episodes of that. It's I love that show.
Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, tell us stuff you want to talk about. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, actually, what I want to know is like your weirdest, because you're in LA, right?
Yes.
So I want to know what is the weirdest thing that you stepped into and you're like, you don't really have a regular 9 to 5, drink your coffee, go into the office. Like, what is the weirdest scenario that you feel like you stepped into that you're just like scratching your head, like, how did I get here? I'm sure you have to have something like that, right?
There's a few. I mean, actually, the Firefly game is one of those because it was like I was working with a video game company that was doing. Okay, I'll try to make this super quick. It's really weird, and this is how life happens. Like anybody out there who's just trying to break in, trying to get into stuff, nobody knows how it happens. It just happens, and you just have to be there. Like I think the key things to success are persistence and opportunity. So as long as you keep going, the opportunities will happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Quitting is never an option. Especially if you love it, like I do. I work 7 days a week. I love it. I'm doing it constantly. Even if nobody's calling on me to do something, I'm making music in the studio. But like, I got an email from this guy who said, "Oh, my name's Josh Neesey, and I'm a graphic artist. And when I'm drawing late at night at 3 a.m., I put on your website and listen to your music." This was like back in, I don't know, 2010 or 11. He's like, I listened to it for inspiration. And I look up his website, and he's the concept artist for Michael Bay for the Transformers.
What?
Yeah. And the reason he
Oh
emailed
my
me is because he
God.
went to my bio and saw that we both graduated from University of Illinois the same year. We didn't know each other, but we like talked to each other and vibed about like, oh yeah, Garcia's Pizza and like the old haunts and all that, you know, the college thing. And he's like, hey, so I'm doing this video game. You want to do the music for it? And I said, sure. It was this little game called Mech Runner, which was an awesome game, but it went mostly on, let's see, it's on Steam. I'm trying to remember where else it was. It was on PlayStation 4, little indie game. Really fun game.
It's called Mech
Mech
Runner?
Warrior type thing?
Sorry, I said Mech Warrior, didn't I?
No, you said Mech Runner, but is it?
Do you
Runner,
jump
okay.
in-
I said Mech
is it-
Warrior. I'm like, no, that's not me. That's
Do you
like-
jump in
but
giant
it's mech.
mechs?
It's mechs though, right?
Yes, it is mechs, and it's awesome. So it's
You're speaking my language now.
Yeah, it's a really cool story. Like, kind of like a. I know this will make it longer, but there's the Tunguska blast. Do you guys know that big blast that happened in like the early 1900s over Siberia, and it flattened all those trees for hundreds of miles. Anyway,
Yeah,
this is
asteroid or something.
Yeah, it's an alternate history story where they basically said that was an alien spacecraft that landed. The Russians got a hold of all the technology and made these mechs out of it, and they were the ones that came out on top after World War II because they had mechs. So it's retro mechs. It's like kind of steampunky mechs in like the mid 20th century. So you'll probably dig it.
That sounds awesome.
Anyway, so that's going on, and then I'm working with all these guys, and then all of a sudden those guys one day are like, hey, watch our live feed tomorrow. We're going to be live at Comic-Con. This is like 2013. We're going to have a big announcement. And they announced the Firefly game, and I was like, what? And I texted them immediately. I'm like, did you make me watch that because I'm working on the Firefly game now? And they're like, yep. So it's like, that was a crazy thing. It's like,
man.
hey, I went to college with you. Oh, let's do this mech game. Well, let's work on Firefly. It's like,
Right?
oh, now you've been on like a bunch of Comic-Con panels. It's like, it's one thing to one thing to one thing. It's like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I got on Family Guy because of basically I became friends with one of the composers. He and I just hit it off, and one day, after we'd been friends for a few years, he's like, hey, I know you don't need the work, but you just want to hang out and work on Family Guy with me? I'm like, yes, that would be amazing. So
Right.
I orchestrated.
It's a rhetorical
for him.
question. Do you want to come?
Oh, it was incredible. And I orchestrated for Family Guy for 4 years, and that was amazing because we had an 80-piece orchestra for every single episode. The only TV show. Seth MacFarlane's the only guy that does that. He does that on the Orville.
That's
Which is
insane.
also phenomenal. I love that show.
Oh yeah, great show.
But you guys will dig this since we're talking synthwave and retro. My very first episode of Family Guy I worked on was the Space Camp parody.
Oh, really?
Called Space Cadet, and it's Chris Goes to Space Camp. It's an awesome episode.
I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they even have like Max the robot, or not, what was his name? The kid's name was Max. What was the robot's name?
Oh.
He had a voice like this.
Oh man.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, god damn it.
Chat room, help us out.
Yeah. Matt Lister is on it, man.
Matt, get on this.
Yeah. Anyway, God, what are some other crazy things? If my wife was in the room, she'd probably remind me of some. Like, a lot of them are crazy. Like I start working with someone. Like, this always happens. I'll start working with a new collaborator, and then all of a sudden they'll bring me on something amazing and insane. Let's see. What are some other crazy ones? What was the one I was just thinking of? The Saturday Night Live thing is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been an SNL fan since I was a little kid. I always stayed up late on the weekends and watched it with my parents ever since I was little. It's like a tradition. But my wife and I had just gone on some trip to visit her family in San Diego, which is just a couple hours drive. And we got back late. She went to bed. I stayed up and opened up a box of Honey Nut Cheerios and like sat on the couch in my PJs and just was like munch and watching. And I'm watching SNL. And all of a sudden, it comes back from commercial, and boom, there's my music. And I'm like,
whoa.
What?
You didn't even know?
I didn't even know. And it was,
That's
the reason
ridiculous.
I flipped out so much, Yeah, crazy. The reason I freaked out so much and I actually like ran in the room and woke her up is because I'm watching, and it's a Christopher Walken sketch. And I'm like, oh my god!
Yeah. Please tell me it was him dancing.
Yo, that is a
No,
home run right
he is
there.
so amazing. Is that Fatboy Slim?
Yes, Fatboy Slim.
Yeah.
God, that video is incredible. It's one of the best things ever
Oh,
made.
it's genius.
No, it's a sketch he did where he's a gardener who's super afraid of plants, and so in order to inoculate himself from the fear, he pastes googly eyes on all the plants, and then he's like, oh, see, I know where this one is because I can see into his eyes. I know where what he's about. I'm not afraid anymore. It's called Googly Eyes. It's a funny sketch, but
that sounds amazing.
Just crazy,
Just
it's
all
all
over
it's
the
all
place.
crazy. That's the honest thing. It's all crazy, and it's all amazing, and it's like
Yeah.
I pinch myself every single day getting to do this stuff.
It is amazing how opportunities just kind of, they just pop up every now and then. So
Yeah, and it's not about necessarily schmoozing and networking and all that kind of stuff. It's just about being a human being and just being out in the world, and just like everybody I work with is a friend. And it's usually like we're friends first, and they're like, hey, let's do this thing, and it's like,
right.
I mean, that's
being in the right
like-
place at the right time is important too. So hang on one second here. Hang on one
Sure thing.
second. We have something coming in on our ticker line here. Wait a minute. What is this? We do have a real quick. This just in. We have it on good authority that the Finns are beginning their Finvasion. Are you kidding me? Finvasion. This is not good.
It's happening?
It is happening. Apparently, according to Drive Radio, they've just announced a concert in Brighton, UK, featuring Levinsky, Millennium Falk, and locals Chris Kia and Daniel Adam. We also suspect that they aren't finished yet.
No, I got that one.
Where's that drum roll?
Boom.
More concerts to be announced in various locations all over, including Jules, North America. What?
That's the America we're in.
Yes,
That is
I
the
think
America
so.
we are in. And Jules too somehow. I don't know how that works out, but
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
sort of. And the apparently the Vikings are returning to our shores. And
Oh my God.
yeah, this is
The
awesome.
Finns. Okay, so David, we had the Finns on as guests.
Real
And you
Finnish
know how we
people.
Go back and listen to that.
We do 9 p.m. Eastern time, right? So for them, it was like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning.
Oh no,
And one of them was doing it out of a sauna because
that's
they're
incredible.
Finnish.
That's how they do it over there. It's amazing.
What kind of mic do you use in a sauna? I mean, that's kind of like a crazy environment.
We'll have to ask
A
Millennium
floating
Falk.
one that
Specific
floats in the
sauna mic.
water, I guess. I don't know. I tell you what, since we're on the subject of Finnish people and Levinsky, let's see if we can drop a tune real quick from the Mr. Levinsky. Do you want to set this one up, Mr. Jules?
Sure, yeah. So speaking of the Finns, we're going to listen to Levinsky collaborating with New York's own Zarina. This is Pet Hate here on Night Ride FM.
Kiss me right where it hurts. Waking up to your sound, it lingers still in my bed. Drive me up the wall, let it all You think I just tear my clothes off each time you walk through that door, expecting your gentle caresses on my neck and my shoulders, my lips, my hips, my thighs, the stems of my legs. How dare you? Why? Why should I need you? Kiss me right where it hurts. Think of trails you've left. Make me burn. I cannot play this game no more. How do I make you stay? Do you want me to beg to make you day? Drive me up the wall, pet it off my. Do you have to go? I feel the thought of you leaving once more. I'll be waiting for you, pet it off my. Go on. Go ahead and leave. Like you always do when you're finished. You think you'd last long? Huh? You are such a fool. You'll be back in no time. And until then, I will be waiting. My dear Casanova.
Yeah, once again, that was Levinsky featuring Serena. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that is a cool tune.
So we're gonna be seeing Zarina.
We
Mid-March.
We are indeed. We have a show that we're going to be going to. In fact, I'm going to a show this Saturday. I'm going to be hanging out with some crew. I wonder if Serena's going to be up there because she is in the New York area. And that's where we're going to be. We'll tell you all about that in the upcoming shows. But for now, we do want to jump into our album releases. This is a short list, Jules. What happened?
Nah. I've got you. It's kind of short, but
all right.
before we
Let's
jump
have
into
it.
that,
Yes. What do we
just
got?
a couple of more shout outs to the people in the chat. We got James Volpe and
Hey,
Eric
that's
the
my art
Cat.
guy.
Oh, is he?
My art guy. Jim.
Ah,
He does all of my artwork, and he went to Ken's Electronics with me when we were kids.
Oh my
That's,
God! So that's okay. There we go. So James, yep. David was talking about Ken's Electronics.
Hey, Jim. What's up, buddy?
And we got Eric the Kai in the chat as well. And let's see who else. Oh yeah, Driria's back on chat on both of them. Night
Nice.
Ride and
I love the dual chat
Best
straddle.
Korea's in the chat. Best Korea's in the chat.
Nice.
Hello guys. Anyways,
It's good to have friends.
to the album releases. So I mentioned
What?
Facehugger
Yes.
this Friday is dropping an album called Alienate.
Really? That's pretty good.
So you'll find that on Bandcamp.
Nice. That's
Into
coming
that.
out Friday.
Also, today, one of my favorite artists, Compiler Bow, dropped a new track called 774.
That's a cool title.
You'll find that on his Bandcamp page. And what else? Ooh, also this Friday, Fingers is dropping a track. He gave me a sneak peek of this. It's called Done, and it's a collaboration with Goth Mystery Mafia, and he's using, well, a VST that emulates the CS80V from Arturia.
Oh, that thing's awesome.
So
I've got it.
yeah, the huge, it's monstrous.
Of course you do.
Not the CS80. I have the no.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
have the CS80. I have the Arturia one, which is
Okay, yeah, because the original one is that's like a room.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they made
god.
like 2.5 of them, and they're $16 million a piece.
Yep.
Jeez.
Exaggerating.
So Fingers,
crazy.
he's dropping a track this Friday called Done, and it's featuring the sounds of the CS80.
Very exciting.
I'm all about that. That sounds great.
Yeah, and on last week on February 14th, we've already played Primo's and Mr. the Kid's collaboration called Possession. That was dropped.
Kid Burn, which I love
Kid
that
Burn.
dude. I love that dude. Kid Burn, if you're listening to the show, do you want to be on the show? Because, my God, you're freaking amazing.
David. Yeah.
Italy's tough, though. It's a bad time zone, I guess, right?
Dennis is a big,
I'm a big fan.
Italy. Okay, you know what? One of my favorite artists as well, Power Cyan, released a remix EP called Cyber Squad. And we're going to actually hear a track at the end of the show from that remix EP. But we're talking, we've got remixes from Gregorio Franco and Ile Arson, Doomroar, Irving Force, and Xenon.
Ooh, good stuff.
So, yeah. And who else dropped songs? Well, let's not forget our friends Neon Arcadia with AC St. Clair and Emma dropped the Phil Collins cover of Easy Lover last Friday.
We premiered that. That was beautiful. That was very nice of them.
So good. And Age, A.GE, dropped a single a couple of weeks ago called Lost Signal.
Pretty good.
That's about it. There's a few more coming. I know that Jesse Fry just announced a collab with Ollie Ride. That's going to be dropping soon.
Ooh, that's going to be good.
Yeah. I think this Friday and the next 2 weeks after that, there's a lot dropping. So we'll have more for you next week.
All right. Well, I tell you what, speaking of dropping, let's drop this next track. What do we have in store for all of our listeners out there? What's next here?
Last Valentine's, there was a bunch of drops. One of them was UK artist Paradise Walk. They dropped an album on Valentine's Day. It was called Cruel Hearts Club, and it featured 11 tracks of mostly vocal synthwave. So here's the title track, Cruel Hearts Club, here on Night Ride FM.
was breaking. Where were you?
Yeah, once again, that was Paradise Walk. I like the saxophone on that. That's really solid,
yeah.
man.
That's some really good synthwave sounds right there.
Man, that's like 3 a.m. sex music. Sorry, I
Noted.
I had a vision in my head.
Okay.
I watched Lethal Weapon last night, and
Okay. Hey, this is not Beyond Synth, right? This is a family show.
hey, I played the disclaimer.
Okay, fuck that then.
Exactly. Oh man, we're just having too much fun here, talking once again with David Joseph Wesley. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about you too here, the newest EP that you just put out. This just recently got put on Spotify. The EP is called September Heat, right?
Yes.
And I guess that went out in September, right? Shocker.
Yes. I got it out at the end of September. Yeah, I just put it up on the other stores over the weekend. I only had it up on Bandcamp until just a few days ago.
It's good to spread it around, I guess. Spread the love.
Yeah, I mean, it's like sometimes I just don't put everything out on the distributor. It all eventually gets out there. There's a couple other albums that I'm going to throw up on there too, but sometimes I just let it kind of fly around on Bandcamp, see how it does, and I love the community on Bandcamp, and I love how that works.
Absolutely.
But I know for the discoverability and the coverage, you got to be everywhere, and I'm well aware of that. So eventually, everything comes out on the other stores. But yeah, it was just an album. I just kind of did it, I do everything for fun.
Sure.
I just kind of did it for fun as like the first track on it. I was really just listening to a ton of Rick Springfield this past summer. And I just had a Rick Springfield vibe going in my head and like started cranking out this song, and I just kept going with it. And then these other stories kind of started popping into my head. And so basically it's kind of a concept album that's mostly up to the imagination of the listener.
Cool.
But September Heat is like, basically it could be either a cop, 1980s LA cop detective story. It could either be a movie, it could be a TV show, but it's got a supernatural twist. So it's like, it's a lone detective, a PI kind of guy. And there's a supernatural twist to things that has to do with ghosts.
Nice.
But
wow, you put a lot into your stuff, man. It's just amazing. I love it.
I'm a film composer, right?
Right.
Film and TV composer.
So you got all these images going around in your head, I'm sure.
Right. I'm used to telling a story with music. It's like, that's like, people come to me, they're like, hey, help us tell the story with music. I'm like, okay. I just sounded like that Pete Davidson character on SNL. Okay. I don't know if you guys seen that sketch, but it's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
it's a new running character they've got. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of the story, and it's like I want people's imagination to basically take that much, of the outline I just gave you, and then just run with it. And Laurel Canyon, is that the second track on there?
I think so. Yeah.
That's the neighborhood we live in. It's like right by us. That's a major street through LA where it's a famous street where it's actually a huge music community. That's where like the Byrds, the Mamas and the Papas, and the Doors, and Frank Zappa and all those guys lived, all that crazy stuff in the 60s, 70s.
Wow.
Which is totally Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, which I'm sure everybody in the synthwave audience goes and listens to Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young.
I love Crosby, Stills. I'm trying to think of their Woodstock. Oh, and I got to the garden. Don't have me sing on songs.
Judy Blue Eyes.
I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh,
yes.
By the way, I just got to mention we've got Primo in the chat.
Yay, Primo!
Apparently, she was at a really, really bad open mic, so we won't go into it.
Just that was me just singing just like 20 seconds ago.
Yeah.
That's what you call a bad open mic.
But but that's basic. That's what that album is, and it's kind of like a score. And it's I made it a little bit moodier than Press Fire to Begin, a little bit more laid back, a little bit more chill.
Yeah.
Except September Heat sounds like you're at a pool party and Rick Springfield is blasting, but like the rest of it is, like mystery Los Angeles 1980s. So
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
We need a director to like put this together now. We need to.
Well, apparently Jim is mentioned in some video being planned.
Can we throw our weight
yeah.
around and get this produced? Come on now.
Yeah.
Who
you know
do we
what?
got to
I'll
get
just
involved?
I'll take it's pilot pitching season here in LA for all the new TV pilots. I'll just take
Yes.
the EP. I'll just take it. I'll say like, I won't even have anything written down. I'll be like, here's your show, and just like give them the EP.
Right.
Like,
Because that's all they need. Just drop the EP and be like, all right, now go make the show.
Right.
Oh, that's great.
By the way, hi Lexi Snow over in the YouTube chat.
Hey. All right, so
Hey.
we're having so much fun here. We got to jump into some touring events because I tell you what, I am very, very excited. I'm going to be hanging out with a couple friends in New York this Saturday, and then next month I'm going to be hanging around with Jules, and we're going to see some awesome shows that we're going to go ahead and tell you about. So, Jules, you want to kind of rattle off some shows that we got coming up for us?
Before I do that, I want to mention one birthday today.
All right.
It's Joe Loke's birthday.
Joe Loke!
So
Woohoo!
if you're part of the Synth Fam on Facebook, mainly Facebook, Joe Loke, he's FM84 and Ollie Ride's biggest fan. He literally flies everywhere to catch their concerts. So, yeah.
Happy birthday, Joe.
He's 43 years old. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have shared that. Oops.
That's okay. He's still a baby in my eyes. Well, actually,
the guy is such a great
creeping up.
human being.
That's
And
awesome.
so happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe. Happy birthday. I was just watching Tim and Eric. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. I don't know if you ever saw Tim and Eric.
I love them so much. Love them. In fact, my music is in Decker. Did you watch Decker?
No, I didn't. Is that a Tim and Eric?
Yeah, but they never really marketed it like it was Tim and Eric. It's basically, it's Tim, Hi Decker. That's why it's called Decker.
Right. Okay.
And it's basically like the most steroid-induced action nuttiness. It's like an 80s action star. You got to go watch it. It's called Decker.
Oh my God.
Decker Unchained or something like that. But he's kind of like McBain from The Simpsons. He's like McBain. He's like, it's like Die Hard and Lethal Weapon and everything except Tim and Eric style.
I need this in my life.
And it's very kind of Hot Shots and Naked Gun at the same time. Oh God, it's good.
Oh my God. All right, links please after the show.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? One more birthday I gotta mention. Primo just mentioned it's her mom's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
So yeah, happy
Miss
birthday,
Primo.
number one mom.
Mrs. Primo.
Yeah,
The
Mrs.
Alien Queen.
Primo. Yeah, there you go.
Very nice.
The Alien Queen. All right,
Crazy
touring and event news. Lay
Let's
it
do
on
it.
me, Jules. Come on now. Give me the good
All right,
stuff.
So wait. So you're doing something this Saturday? Mention that. What the hell are you doing this Saturday?
I am going to the Lenham Riot Strap Locked Bunny X show at Renew in Brooklyn. Because-
Yeah, February 22nd.
I am
Damn.
amazing.
All right, lucky you.
I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Oh, shut up, Dennis.
You get to in
All
our
right.
shows.
All right. Up until February 29th, Dance with the Dead is still on tour over in Europe with Das Mortal. And let's see, February 20th. When's that? That's like 2 days from now. Star Crash is in San Francisco featuring New Spell, Fighter Jets, Terabyte, and Paperman. Also on February 20th, over in Europe, the winter tour with Carbon Killer and Sierra, with various supporting artists in different locations, such as Billy Mays Band.
Pretty cool.
Let's see. Yeah. Friday, before you have your fun, over in Portland, Psych is dropping a new album. He's got an album release party with a DJ set by one of your favorite bands, Lucy in Disguise.
So nice.
Yeah, and as you said, February 22nd, the Renew,
I think.
Renew, yeah,
That's what I would call it.
featuring Let 'Em Ride, Bunny X, Strap Locked.
Very exciting. That's going to be a fun show.
Also on that day, Saturday, over in Lancaster, California, there's Retroactive Reborn with McCready, Mako, and Infinite Force.
That is near me.
Yes,
There you go.
We should go check it out. McCready, I love the name of his his artist name is a tribute to McCready from the movie The Thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
anything with Kurt Russell and John Carpenter, I'm all in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was a MacGyver, knockoff.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I can't believe there was a synthwave artist named MacGyver.
McGreevy!
Actually,
like,
a
you
name
know.
that I considered.
Oh, really? But
Yeah.
you gotta change the first letter, like reverse a couple of things.
Right.
Yeah, maybe it'll be another spin-off project from Parsec or something.
The E has to be a 3 or something.
Gamiver.
Speaking of bad combos, there was one real quick one that I thought of when
Yeah.
I actually thought of you guys when this happened. My wife and I were coming home from the grocery store, and we put on the 80s channel on Sirius XM, and Loverboy came on. And God, there's that song where the first verse is, "I'm not a man or a machine, but I'm something in between." And all of a sudden, it just blurted out like, "Does that make him a man-sheen?" And I was like, "Wait, that's totally an awesome idea for like this terrible synthwave artist." That,
I'm
like,
stealing
wears
that
aluminum
name.
foil and has like patch cables like duct taped to him, and he calls himself Man-sheen.
Manchine.
That-
Oh my
It'd be
god.
like
wow,
the
that-
Weird Al of synthwave.
That makes me think of the Mandalorian meme: half man, half DeLorean.
Yeah, exactly. I thought about that right away. I like God, that's got to be a T-shirt.
It
All right.
is. It has to be.
Let me continue. March
All right.
14th, over in Darmstadt, Germany, Cyberpunk Night with Ascillion, Neon Nox, Mega Hit, Midnight Danger, and Hyper.
Cool.
Also on March 14th, over in Brooklyn, New York, Dennis and I are going to finally meet up at Samurai Showdown, featuring Starcadian, Primo, Zarina, Tokyo Rose, and now Faith in the Glitch. Also, Benny from Me and Arcadia is going to be there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very
It's
hyped
gonna
for
be
that
a
show.
Good party. And let's see, end of March, on the 27th, 28th, Synth City over on the West Coast presents Droid Bishop, Let 'Em Riot, and Starfarer. So on the 27th, they're going to be in Seattle. So I know Karin's going to that.
Yeah. I'm sure.
And then on the 28th, they're going to be in Portland, Sykes' hometown. And finally, I'm going to stop rattling off here. April 10th and 11th, Ollie Ride with LeBrock in Glasgow on the 10th.
That sounds like a great lineup.
Yeah, followed by Ollie and Nina in London on the 11th. And Nina, she was over here in Toronto for a couple of weeks, and she was really, really trying to convince me to go over to see that. And yeah, I might.
You probably
So-
will.
With that, let's get to another song.
Let's do it.
All right. Talented Greek producer and friend of the show, Dimi K, has released a new EP. It's called On the Run. It features 4 smooth outrun / dreamwave vibes. So here's a track called Coastline, and you're hearing it here on Night Ride FM.
Yeah, once again, that was Dimmy K with Coastline. Yeah, very much of a more synth-wavy kind of album, more of an outrun with this latest.
Jimmy put the guitar down and
He did.
gave us some more pure synthwave.
He does it all, man. He does it all. Unbelievable. I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up our show, but before we do, we want to jump into some shout-outs. Do you want to kick it off here, Jules?
God, where to begin? We got so many people in the chats, but yeah, we have Mad Wolf, Jess Mina, and Lexi Snow over in the YouTube. James, Jim, that's David's friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And God,
Real quick,
Eric
real quick,
Akai.
If anybody needs an awesome artist, real quick, Jim is your guy. His thing is at Skageek on Twitter.
Skageek, nice. I like that.
James Volpe. Yeah. So sorry.
You know what?
That's fantastic.
Go on.
Oh no, perfect.
Yeah.
No, I'll find it and I'll share it. Because you know what?
Artist. Amazing.
This synthwave scene there's no lack of need for
Oh, God.
synthwave.
That's half the
like
thing.
art. Yeah.
Half the
Yep.
aesthetic.
So yeah, so hi to you folks over in the YouTube chat. Oh yeah, and don't forget Cobra Commanders over there.
We have Mixer, VK, all of our Russian comrades.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, Mixer. I forgot to even check into the Mixer chat. Oh my god. and then there's the Night Ride chat.
Yeah.
There's some guy named Dennis G in there.
I don't know
who he is. Chrome Sparks joined a few minutes ago.
Nice.
And Primo's in there. Lisette, Zoo, Z's in there. Driria.
So many friends.
And Karen. Yeah, Rio.
It's just
Yeah,
a good
Beth
place
Korea.
to hang out. And if you are listening to this show on the archives, we would love for you to, one of these days, just hop on into the chat. Sometimes it's tough because time zones are a bitch.
Oh, come on. What's 4 a.m. in the morning?
That's it, you know. I'm in bed by 11, but, you know, you guys can stay up. All right, but remember to tune into the State of Synth Weekly to find out more about all the best in news and synthwave music. We want to send a special thanks to our very special guest, David Joseph Wesley. And you're amazing, man. I can't wait. We got to hang. You got to go to Neon with us. We're going to hang out. We're going to have some beers. It's going to be so much fun.
It has been spoken about in this house, and it may happen. I would love it to happen. And
You know what? Do
guys
it. Bring Jim.
Yeah, Jim. Well, Jim.
Bring
He
Jim.
can ride with you guys. He's in Lancaster.
There you go.
okay, yeah.
Hopping.
Yeah, but seriously, thank you so much for having me on here. I love the show. I love you guys. I love the channel.
We appreciate
and everything
it,
you're
too.
doing. And I love the scene. And I pinch myself every day that I'm a little tiny piece of it. You know?
Yeah, making the tunes,
Well,
man.
David, it's an honor to have you on.
Thanks, guys.
Really.
Indeed. But once again, make sure you check us out in the archives. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We love you guys. Once again, my name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fox.
And we're going to go ahead and play you out with this last tune. This is Power Scion, Crusaders of Orion. And this is the Xenon remix, huh?
Yes, this is awesome. Oh, wait. Before we go,
Yes.
for those of you who want to continue having some fun, jump over to Twitch, find Faith in the Glitches stream. He's streaming some Electro Swing House right now.
Oh, man, I love it. I love Electro Swing. That is like the best.
Yep.
It's kind of like, it's one of them.
It's
like
high energy.
It's
so
high energy. And it's just so cool. It's like a whole different kind of vibe. It's like, you know, I love all that. So this steampunk, I love it. I just love it. So
Yeah, there's so much amazing music going on right now. It's a really good time to be around.
It is. You're so right.
So check out all that good stuff. We're going to go ahead and hop over there and check out Faith in the Glitch. And in the meantime here, we're going to close you out with this last tune. Once again, this is Crusaders of Orion, the Xenon remix right here on Night Ride FM. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.